to move this along, that unless somebody wants to be switched or moved, that for all of the council appointments, save and except for Wilfrid Laurier, we go with what the current ones are. Does somebody want to move that? Moved by Councillor Ioannidis. Sorry, if somebody wants something taken out, then let me know. Councillor Schneider? Sorry, hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay, we got a whole bunch of people here. Councillor Schneider, go ahead.
Sorry, just have a question about the Kitchener and Bloom Committee. Councillor Singh and I have served on that, and I'm kind of surprised to see no longer needed, because we just had a meeting and there was no mention that council wouldn't be involved again. We enjoy being part of that committee with the citizens and promoting this great program.
Ms. Fusco? Oops, sorry, I turned you off. Go ahead.
So through the chair, apologies, that is a typo. Previously, there was a discussion about the committee, but in 2023, it was agreed to continue. So yes, you are correct, Councillor Schneider. It is yourself and Councillor Singh that are currently appointed to that.
Okay, that's great to know. Thank you.
Okay, so that looks after that one. Councillor Davey.
Yes, thank you. I just wanted to note, I'm sure just an oversight, but I am not listed as being on the Climate Change and Environment Committee, which I am currently on. So I just want to make sure that was in the minutes. At least on this sheet.
Okay. Sorry, who's missing? Councillor Chapman's missing on the BIA?
Okay, good catch. Yeah.
Okay, that's been fixed. Sorry. Ms. Fusco? Oh, hang on, folks.
I just want to confirm.
So through the chair, with respect to Councillor Davies' note about the climate change appointment, you will recall that there were several vacancies with the vacant seat related to Ward 10, and so some of those appointments were deferred, and so I believe when the deferral happened in early January, we missed noting that Councillor Davey was recommended to be appointed to climate change, as well as Councillor Chapman's recommendation to be appointed to the to the Kitchener BIA. So we will certainly update those for our records.
Yeah, because she actually automatically is on the BIA, so that I think was just a miss back then. Because the two of them are on, as am I, but I'm there as an ex officio non-voting. So far we're good. Any other things to pull out? Councillor Deneau. Councillor Chapman, I'll come to you in a sec. Go ahead.
Excuse me, thank you. If at all possible, I'd like to remove myself from the GRAC committee. Just the timing on Thursdays, it doesn't work at all for my work schedule.
No, we just dealt with GRAC in the last meeting, but hold on, your appointment is on here, so, okay, we can still deal with that. So we'll deal with that one separately. Councillor Chapman.
Yeah, hello, can you hear me?
Hello, we can.
Can you hear?
Okay, so I missed the whole first part of this. I have no idea what happened in the first 10 minutes.
So, yeah,
can you-
so we put you on everything and just said Councillor Chapman can handle it? No. In all seriousness, the motion was that we go with the list as they are, unless somebody wanted off something. And so, and there was a motion to do that, so unless you have a concern with that, or you want off something, that's where we're at. And
Okay, I'm happy to stay where I am. But, so I heard you mention BIA, downtown BIA, and also DAC.
So
I'm
BIA,
not showing us.
yeah, so BIA we're fixing, and DAC, what does it say for you for DAC?
It doesn't.
Oh, it doesn't, so yes, we're fixing it on both of them, Councillor Chapman.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so, Councillor O'Dooney, you have something you want to request or ask?
Yes, I would like to recommend, well, I'll first say stepping off the Multicultural Center, just due to my schedule, and would like to recommend Councillor Stretch for that.
Okay. I'll come to deal with that one separately in a moment, because, just in case there's anybody else. So I have to deal with that, and I have to deal with GRAC, and I have to deal with Laurier. Anything else? So if not, we'll move the balance of them. All those in favor? Opposed? Sorry, did I have a seconder for Councillor Hernandez's motion? I did, okay, sorry. Opposed? None, that's carried. So now we'll deal with multicultural. Councillor O'Dooney has moved Councillor Stretch for multicultural. Are there any other nominations? For just that one? We're going to come back to those in a sec. Councillor Stretch, do you accept the multicultural board? Okay, you are our rep on multicultural. We'll now deal with GRAC. Somebody want to either volunteer for GRAC or be nominated for GRAC? Councillor Deneau.
Sorry, Mr. Mayor, I'm not sure if Councillor Chapman's with us right now, and I should have mentioned this prior. I was wondering if she'd be able to, if she would take GRAC, and I would take the Horticultural Society for her. I don't feel appropriate not being on another board and just giving one up.
I think the challenge is it's her ward, but.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Okay. Why? I don't live,
On which?
okay.
I don't know that we can set for another
Okay, that's fine.
board.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. Sorry? Okay, but we would have to ask the board that, because it's separate from us. It's not like one of our own committees. So, are you nominating Councillor Chapman for GRAC, or? Yes. Okay. Are there any other nominations? Councillor Chapman, would you accept being on GRAC? Have we lost her? Oh, here we go. Councillor Chapman?
Yeah, I'll accept going on GRAC.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Chapman. So you are now on GRAC. That's it. Okay. This is like the easiest appointment meeting I've had to deal with in a long time, in a sense. Now we got Wilfrid Laurier University. Like 3 or 4 times a year. Councillor Deneau.
Thank you. I'd like to nominate Councillor Singh. Did you go to Laurier? You cheated.
Okay, hey, guys, we're,
You want to be on there, right? Okay, go ahead.
okay. Okay, guys, we are in a televised meeting. Okay,
I nominate.
okay, so you're nominating,
I rescind mine.
okay, so Counselor Davy has been nominated. Counselor Chapman.
Yeah, I thought, I don't want to be on Laurier, but I thought they only wanted you.
So
that
this,
changed?
yes, no, so let me explain. Actually, good question, thank you. So in the case of University of Waterloo, their bylaws say it has to be the mayor and can't be anyone else, and there's no term limitations. In the case of Laurier, it says it's the mayor or designate, and they wanted me to be it, but their 6-year term limit still applies. And so therefore I have to go off for at least a year.
Okay, thanks.
Okay? So, is there any other nominations? If not, Councillor Davy, do you accept? Okay, congratulations, you have been appointed. I will now take a motion for the citizen appointments. Councillor Davy, I believe you were bringing that forward?
Oh, there's a conflict.
You declared that conflict earlier. I'll deal with that separately. Go ahead, Councillor Davy.
Sorry, just bear with me for one moment. Yes, so I would like to appoint the recommendations for the advisory and quasi-judicial committees with, let me see, with the exception of the Committee of Adjustment, I'd like to appoint the following: Bob McCall, Brian Santos, Marco Gambetti, Amanda Brennan, and I think it's Nea Garg.
Okay, thank you. Is there a seconder for that? Councillor Johnson, thank you. Sorry, Councillor Stretch, which committee did you have the conflict with? Oh, it's not on this sheet, it's on the other sheet. Okay, so I will deal with arts and culture first. All those in favor?
Through the chair?
Yes.
Sorry, before we vote on them, I do
Yes.
need to note that we do need to waive section 3.3 of the appointments to boards and committees
Yes.
policy. There are 3 members that are recommended for appointment that have exceeded the 2-term limit. So if council wishes to proceed, we should do that in a moment.
Okay, I will deal with that as a motion first, moved by Councillor Schneider, seconded by Councillor Deneau. All those in favor? Opposed? That's carried. And now I will deal with the motion for the Arts and Culture Advisory Committee. All those in favor? Opposed? With the one noted conflict. For the balance of the citizen appointments, as stated by Councillor Davy, all those in favor? Opposed? That's carried. Do I need 3 readings for this? I don't need 3 readings for this? Hang on. Oh, sorry, I have Councillor Stretch and Johnson. Are you in the queue for, oh, no, you had done something else.
So through the chair, apologies. With respect to the heritage appointments, there was a member listed in the attachment that has asked to have their application withdrawn. It is Matthew Halliday. So I know we just took the vote on all of the appointments, but if we could take it with respect to heritage, just noting that Matthew Halliday has withdrawn.
Okay, and we will assume that that was part of the vote. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Councillor Johnson, you wanted to raise another issue?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have been on dog designation now for 2 terms, and in my first term, we had a qualified professional dog behaviorist as part of our committee at that time. And what we've noticed lately that you know, being on dog designation is challenging if you are not a specialist in dogs. Being a dog owner does not make you a specialist. Not being a dog owner does not make you a specialist either. And we think as a committee that it's important that we look at looking into having this committee be a quasi-judicial committee where we have professionals who are able to make determinations about dogs, because truly it's something that we feel deserves some professional guidance instead of counselors around the table. So I wanted to make that as a recommendation. I don't know how we need to do that, but perhaps you can make a comment.
Yeah, so I guess a couple things on that. We did have Anne Lawrence, I think was her name.
Yes.
Was on it for many years. And I mean, I would think that we could try to recruit someone like her again. It may not be easy. So that certainly is an option. I will say that I would have some concerns about it not being a council committee, because if we treat it similar to, for example, how we treat parking bylaw and so on, there's no appeal mechanism with city council. And right now, there is an appeal mechanism with this council, and people would lose that right. So their only option that would be available to them is judicial review. And I think that's putting a very heavy onus on individual citizens about something that they may feel passionate about. And so I would certainly want to have some broader thought around that. So maybe we can have some discussions and explore that. I mean, we've reappointed now anyway for the coming year. So it would be a year from now that, or somewhere in between, that we would be looking at it.
Okay, I do think it's important for us to have a discussion, and maybe some recommendations, maybe from the Humane Society or something as well, would be important, because I don't know that we feel necessarily qualified to do some of the things that we're called upon to do with that particular committee.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay. Councillor Michaud?
Oh, thanks. If I could just add to Councillor Johnson's comments, I was on the dog designated on our first term when Anne was the professional dog expert consultant, I guess we could call her. And it was very, very helpful. It is like night and day between not having someone like that on this committee and doing it on our own. And I think that, you know, there's so many things involved here. You've got dog behavior, you've got citizens that own dogs, there's emotions thing. There's a lot of things at play that really taxes the members of this committee. So I hope that we can do it sooner than a year.
Okay. So
Yeah.
we'll take that away and we'll bring it back. Councillor Davey?
Yeah, thank you. Not to get into this evening, but pretty much exactly everything that Councillor Michaud said. But I would also add, I think there is a stipend, but I think maybe that's something that we should probably review as well if we're getting some professional advice for that position.
Councillor Chapman?
Yeah. Excuse me. Okay, I just had an exchange with Councillor Stretch, and she'd be happy to be on GRAC. And not that I'm not happy to be on GRAC, but it works well with her schedule. So I know we voted on this already. Can we retake the vote? That's my first question.
Well, if you're withdrawing, then we have a vacancy. Is that what you're saying? You'd like to withdraw? Yeah. Okay, so you're withdrawing. So I will come back and deal with that in a moment. And you're moving Councillor Stretch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So you know what? Council or staff, are you comfortable without? We'll just change it without having to do. Do you want to, Councillor Ioannidis? It's 11:53. Do you want to? Yes. Okay. So, Councillor Stretch, do you accept? Okay, that's fine. So we'll just make the change.
Through
Okay, I have one more point. What? One more concern, and that is on Heritage Committee. One of the members is an architect, and we're losing some members, and I know his term has run out. So what can we do? Can we extend his term? Does that have to happen here? Does that happen at the committee, or how does that work?
Through you, Mr. Mayor, I can answer this question. Staff are still going to be actively recruiting for Heritage Kitchener, so we are going to review the terms of reference to try to make them a little bit broader and to try to make sure that we can cover those Heritage Conservation District with the idea of doing some additional appointments in January.
So in the meantime, what happens with this person that's, whose term is run out? Will he stay?
We're not 100% sure which member you're speaking of, Councillor Chapman, so can you send me a message through Teams, please?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, my apologies. If you're talking about Peter Couture, then he's been reappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got a
Okay.
term extension.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that that was the case.
Yes, that's no problem.
Okay, thank you.
In regards to the Dog Designation Appeal Committee, can we, if you wouldn't mind, I do need a couple of members appointed to it. In the previous term, there was one member appointed to the committee, and then there were 2 alternates. We are struggling very much so to try to schedule these hearings. I do need to have members of council committed to attend. So if I can't get a full member, then it's causing me an inability to schedule a hearing.
But didn't
I
we
have it.
already do that?
So it's not listed on the sheet, I apologize. Councillor Deneau, Councillor Johnston, and Michaud are alternates. Councillor O'Dooney is a permanent member as well. So if one of the alternates can firm up their position, that will allow scheduling to be more consistent.
I think if we can, we've already approved.
Really listed on the sheet, so I just wanted.
Okay.
Yep, so I just wanted to triple check who is the third member and who is the alternate.
Who is the, okay, so who was it last year? Councillor Michel says she wasn't in it.
I was the alternate, but I ended up attending all of them. So I would rather not have to be the alternate. Can we have another alternate?
Okay. So you were, and I was, and you need a third one with an alternate.
Ideally speaking, yes, I need a third one. Councillor Michaud was appointed for one specific hearing, and I took it upon myself to approve an entire year, but I was not able to use her for an alternate position. So I really do need a third
Councillor
member.
Stretch?
Mondays. But usually on council days.
It's on council days. They can take turns. Okay, they triple promise. Okay, so we're clear? Okay, good. Councillor Chapman,
Well,
we got 3 minutes left. Go
because I
ahead.
didn't see, it's not clear to me because I didn't see who the third one was. You're pointing, but I don't get this.
So it's Deneau, O'Dooney, and alternating between Michaud and Johnson,
Okay.
unless you want it.
No. I'm very good. Thank you. Thanks for offering.
Okay, so with that, and I don't need 3 readings, and it's 11:57. Are we good? Oh, hold on, there's more.
So through the mayor, there is a confirmatory bylaw just to ratify the decisions made.
Okay, moved by Councillor Ioannidis, seconded by Councillor Schneider. And this is truly the second last vote of the year. All those in favor? Opposed? That's carried. And moved to adjourn by Councillor Stretch and Councillor Johnson. All those in favor? Opposed? That's carried. Thank you, everybody.
All right. See you, everyone. Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.